if I don't post anymore for December, it's because I'm just sleeping through Christmas. That sounds so good. Do, 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 do. Hey, sing it.
No.
What time is it?
11:20?
Are we late?
No.
Who gets you here on time?
Santa? No, Mommy.
Mommy, who you were like pushing out of the house. We gotta go. I'm gonna be late. We're gonna be late. I want to be early.
Because I expected to be stuck behind a car going 30 miles per hour.
Mommy gets you here. Mommy knows.
Like, fine, you want to go back home?
Don't be fresh. Just say, yes, Mommy.
Okay.
Yes, Mommy, you were right. It's Daddy who always has a problem with time.
Okay. It's Daddy who always has a problem with time.
Now tell me you love me. Okay, Oliver's on his way inside for his winter training. He's doing really good. But every week it's the same thing. Like when he pitches into a net, he throws hard. He's so strong. And then when he pitches to a person catching, even though these are like grown men or like older boys who are very big and strong themselves, he like holds back and he takes something off and they're like, dude, like, we know you can throw harder. And I think he's afraid of hurting someone, but I keep telling him he's too young to have the yips, which I guess is a baseball thing, being afraid to throw the ball. And usually results from actually hurting someone. Usually, like if a pitcher injures someone, then they end up with the yips. But Oliver's got it now. So he just went in. Instead of running errands, I'm just gonna sit in the car for an hour and a half by myself. I just saw Charlotte posted a video, Bookish Mama Blooms, so I'm going to watch that and love seeing her face. Love you, Charlotte. And then read. Bye. Oliver, you're my vlog clip. Is that okay?
For what?
I don't know. You're just in the background, see?
I was expecting you to be. Okay, whatever.
Alright. So, Oliver and I have been pretty much on our own today. Nate and Owen are out doing some shopping. I wonder who for. Any guesses? He's playing Pokemon. He doesn't hear me.
You like this one?
Nope. Yes,
Or
I
this
do.
one?
Oh, that one.
That one?
No. The yellow. Oh no, it's the blue with the snowflakes. Down.
I can't have that one. I haven't unlocked it yet.
Oh.
I think I'll stick with this one.
He's playing Pokemon Unite. He keeps asking me my opinion, and I really don't have many.
I'm gonna stick with that one.
Anyway, I'm just lying on the couch. I had fallen asleep. I don't know if you could tell. I don't know if I have couch marks. I have some couch marks. The print on my arm. I made progress. And Eileen. Just got this bit left. I've made it to Christmas Eve. Eileen's Christmas Eve. And I came to the realization that if you have read this book, and then you have heard me say that Eileen is relatable, that you're probably judging me. because she crazy. So what I mean when I say Eileen is relatable, is, first of all, like I've said a million times, the way she is telling the story of herself in the past. This is her 50 years ago. And she always like kind of interjects with, I thought like that back then, or I was like that then, or that's the way I was. And the tone is that she's very judgmental of herself, and I'm pretty guilty of that. I think a lot of us are, right? If we're honest. So she's hard on herself. Relatable. Now, within the Eileen that we're reading about, 24-year-old Eileen, she has issues. Part of it from growing up with parents always fighting. With a sister she couldn't relate to. My sister and I are friends now. Growing up, we had nothing in common. It took like adulthood to really appreciate each other. And now we chat often. That's nice. But Eileen, as an adult, has no relationship with her sister. They live very opposite lives. She feels like her sister is the father's favorite. Growing up, I had that hang up. What else? She has body image issues. And she has hang-ups on how people are perceiving her. And in her imagination, she's always got these scenarios of what she'll say to people, what they're thinking about her. Like, imagine if this happened. And none of it is actually happening. It's all in her head. And like, oh my gosh, if that's not me. I'll have imaginary arguments with people in the shower regularly. Why not? In my head, I have full conversations that will never ever happen. And then the other thing is, she's so hung up on what people are thinking about her. And they're not, are they? A lot of my anxiety makes me like focus on, what if so-and-so thinks such and such, and if I say this, are people gonna take it this way? And then, every time I send an email, I have to read it out to my husband like 52 times. And he's like, you're overthinking it. Like, could you just hit send, please? So those are all the ways I relate to Eileen. But she's a very extreme, like, she takes all those little things that I find in common with her, and she takes them like a step further. And as much as I'm liking the book, she's not a likable character. She's not a likable person. And so this goes back to, hi Oliver.
Hi.
I see you.
You see you crack my fingers over here?
Yeah, I see you cracking your fingers, knuckles. You don't have to enjoy or find a character likable to like the story. That's proof. Yeah, I can still see you. You want me to hide you? I'll hide you with the book. You can sit up. The other thing about Eileen is like, she's a hypocrite. She has the way she judges people. She calls herself prudish. she's kind of a pervert. um, she's constantly judging people's appearances, and at the same time, like, she's a slob. She's pretty disgusting. Her hygiene, the way she keeps up her house, is abysmal. But yet she's judging other people. And so that's just, you know, that's an extreme example. She's like to a higher degree, but I feel like we kind of all do stuff like that, where we kind of set rules and ideas about people and things that don't apply to ourselves, right? Like, that's not what I meant. So, yeah, I'm realizing that I posted a little synopsis of this on Instagram, and on here I've never actually kind of said what the story is about. But the story takes place in late December. Like I said, I've just gotten to Christmas Eve. And it is Eileen's reflection on her younger self when she was miserable and living at home with her alcoholic father in a run down, filthy house that no one was taking care of. They're kind of the talk of the neighborhood. Her father's a retired police officer in New England. So that was one thing. The description really only says New England. Yep, the snowy landscape of coastal New England. And so, excuse me, first reading it, it mentions, you know, the way the light disappears off the coast, that you have to be from New England to like recognize it, you know, the landscape. And it's just like being familiar with the landscape, being from New England. And I look at my husband, I'm like, you know, New England, there's Maine, you know, maybe she's coastal Maine, but New Haven is also coastal New England, and they're very different experiences. But then very quickly you're like, you know what, this feels somewhere in the middle. I bet she's Massachusetts. That's it. Ding, ding, ding. Massachusetts. I hate to say it, but the drunk former cop Catholic father kind of gave it away. Sorry, Massachusetts. But yeah, this is her story about her obsession with a woman who comes to work at the juvenile facility, correctional facility that she works at. That's another relatable thing, is the way she kind of obsesses over people. More when I was younger, like if I made a new friend, like they were my whole world. Like I just cared about what they thought. I wanted to impress people. Now I don't care. I care. But, you know, whatever. I am what I am. Yeah, I really don't know how to explain this. I mean, check it out. I don't feel like reading you a full description, but it's just, you know, kind of bleak character study, flawed character, and then at some point that I haven't gotten to yet, she runs away from it all.
Where are we?
Teddy?
I could have swore I saw Paris.
Teddy?
The plane almost killed us.
Teddy?
I was in the sky.
Teddy!
What? Ah!
Santa Claus?
Live and in person. One night only. You two okay?
So before I sign off for the day, a couple things. One, Coming up with my like top books of the year is gonna be harder than I thought. And it's not gonna be based on rating. Because my 5-star reads don't necessarily stick with me as much as some of the 3 and 4-star reads. That blows my mind as I'm going through my reading journal, which I'll give you a peek at when we actually do the thing. There are 3-star and 4-star reads that I want to bump up. Like, it's so funny that like on reflection, removed from the like actual reading by like months, that I'm considering changing and bumping some ratings down. But there are some books that I'm like, whoa, that really sticks with me. That really blew my mind. More so than some of the just like I liked in the moment books, loved in the moment books. And I'm like, yeah, that was good. But this book that I gave 3 stars, 4 stars, like, yeah. So, yeah, coming up with the end of year best of list is going to be hard. I'm thinking, should I maybe do like categories like best book with a trope I hate, best I know, best end of the world book, because my gosh, it's something I never would have read. And so while maybe those got ranked lower because that's not the type of thing I read, like they stuck with me. And so, and then the ones that I did read were really good. Okay, so another thing is we watched what movie did we watch? The Christmas Chronicles. Chronicles. Which came out in 2018 on Netflix with Kurt Russell as Santa Claus. And I love his portrayal of Santa Claus so much. And it got me wondering, like, if I were to rank my favorite Santa Clauses, what would that list look like? And so tomorrow I will share that with you. And I think you'll be surprised. Or because there's probably 3, 4 very popular Santa, like iconic Santas in, you know, US Christmas canon anyway, that didn't make my list. Any guesses who my favorite Santas are? How well do you know me? And then the last thing I want to mention for the day is just how thankful I am for friends I've made on Instagram, or, you know, watching YouTube channels for a few years now, and then interacting more on Instagram. So Charlotte, I loved your video today. It was so wonderful to see you back on my screen. And thank you for the little shout out. I really hope you like Night Bitch. That was one of my favorite books of the year for sure. And now I feel like the pressure's on me because I recommended Slewfoot to Sean and she didn't love it. Sorry, Sean. And then I got a message on Instagram today from a friend on there, Amber, of Amber Eats Books on Instagram. She sent me a lovely message, and little things like that just mean the world to me. I really love the connections that I've made. Yeah, so just know, even if we're not friends in person, you just Make my day. All right. I'm going to sign off now. Hopefully get in bed early. Probably sit down with Nate and have some tea and watch some TV. Do some reading in bed. Try to get to bed early. I'm going to sleep in tomorrow. Plan. Night.